Let me ask you a question, a real one, and I want you to answer it honestly, just to yourself. Right now, do you feel smaller? Since you've been with her, has the version of you that you respect started to shrink? Do you find yourself making excuses for her behavior to your own friends, to your family, and most painfully, to yourself in the mirror? If that hit a nerve, if you felt a twist in your gut just then you were in the right place. This isn't about hating women. This is about loving yourself enough to see the truth. And the truth is, some relationships aren't bridges to a better you, they're cages. And Stoicism, the philosophy of strength, gives us the key. Today, we're not just talking about red flags, we're talking about 5 specific toxic behaviors that, according to Stoic principles, demand one action: your departure. If you see these, it's not a negotiation, it's an evacuation. Your peace, your purpose, your very soul depends on it. For those who are new here, welcome to Stoic Teach Us. I'm here to translate ancient wisdom into tools for modern life, especially the hard parts, like knowing when to walk away. The problem so many men face is confusion. You feel drained, disrespected, maybe even manipulated, but you're clouded by history, by good memories, by potential, by fear of being alone. You think, maybe it's me, maybe I should be more patient, more understanding. So you pour more of yourself into a cup with a hole in the bottom. You give your time, your energy, your emotional support, and you get less. You get anxiety, you get sleepless nights going over arguments, you lose focus on your mission, your gym routine slips, your work suffers. You are literally trading your destiny for drama. This video is the clarity you've been searching for. We will cut through that fog. Using the lens of Stoicism, which is all about control, virtue, and inner peace, we will identify 5 undeniable signs that a woman is not a partner, but a parasite on your potential. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll talk about the assault on your reality. Second, the contempt for your boundaries. Third, the theater of eternal victimhood. Fourth, the theft of your most precious resource. And fifth, the silent surrender that speaks volumes. By the end, you will have not just a list, but a deep understanding of why these traits are poison to a Stoic mind and the exact empowered mindset you need to walk away. 1. She wages war on your reality. Gaslighting and the Stoic's truth. Let's get into it. Sign number 1. She makes you doubt your own perception of reality. In modern terms, we call this gaslighting. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, constantly spoke about living in accordance with nature and perceiving the world clearly. Your perception is your sovereign territory. It is the foundation of your judgment. Here's what this looks like in the trenches. You bring up something that hurt you. Say, "It really bothered me when you made that joke about my career in front of my friends." Now watch the machinery kick in. She doesn't address the hurt, she attacks the fact of the event itself. She'll say, "I never said that, you're imagining things." Or, "You're so sensitive, I was just kidding, why do you always have to take everything so seriously?" Or the classic, "You're remembering it all wrong, what actually happened was..." Feel that? In that moment, she's not arguing about a joke. She's installing a virus in your operating system. She's telling you that your senses, your memory, your very interpretation of reality is faulty. If you, the man, cannot trust your own mind, who can you trust? You become dependent on her version of events. You start to preemptively edit yourself, thinking, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did get it wrong. A Stoic values truth above comfort. Epictetus said, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" He's talking about owning your truth. A partner who loves you should create a space where your truth can be spoken and heard, even if it's uncomfortable. She doesn't have to agree, but she must not demolish your reality to preserve her ego. If she does, she is not a lover, she is an occupier, and your mind is not a territory to be occupied. Your duty to yourself is to reclaim it. The first step to reclaiming it is to see this behavior for what it is, a fundamental violation of your inner citadel, and you walk away. Sign number 2. She treats your boundaries like suggestions. Disrespect and the Stoic's fortress. Before we dive into the second sign, I need to address you directly. The fact that you're here, right now, watching this instead of scrolling mindlessly or numbing out with games, it tells me something important about you. It tells me you're not satisfied with a mediocre life. You're searching for tools, for strength. You are on the path. That deserves recognition. So if you're getting value from this deep dive, do two things, for yourself and for this community. First, hit that subscribe button and join us at Stoic Teach Us. This is your library for building an unshakable life. Second, write in the comments right now, "My peace is non-negotiable." Let's get that commitment down in writing. And while you're there, tell me which of these signs you've experienced. Your story might be the warning light for another man. By being here, you're already choosing growth over comfort. That's the hallmark of a real man. Keep learning, keep growing. Now, back to your boundaries. Sign number 2. She has a fundamental disrespect for your boundaries. To a Stoic, a boundary is not a wall you put up because you're mean. It is the clear, respectful line that separates what is you, your time, your energy, your peace, your body, from what is not you. It is the definition of your self-respect. I want you to visualize this. You've had an exhausting week. Your social battery is at 0. You say clearly and kindly, "Honey, I love you, but I need tonight to myself to recharge. I'm going to turn my phone off and read." A woman who respects you says, "Okay, I get it, talk tomorrow." A woman who disrespects your boundaries, she sends 15 texts, "Why are you ignoring me?" She calls, she might even show up. She frames your essential self-care as a rejection of her. She gets angry, she guilts you. "I guess you just don't want to be around me, fine." Or maybe it's a boundary about your money, your friends, or how you spend your Sunday mornings. The pattern is the same. You state a clear, reasonable limit, and she either bulldozes right over it or punishes you for having it. Here's the Stoic principle. We control our choices and our judgments. We do not control other people's reactions. Your boundary is your choice, a virtuous act of self-preservation. Her tantrum is her choice, a vice of entitlement. By holding your boundary calmly in the face of her storm, you are practicing the Stoic virtue of courage and self-discipline. But if she consistently, willfully violates these lines, she is showing you that your sovereignty means nothing to her. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Imagine a life where every boundary is a battle. That's not a relationship, it's a siege. And no Stoic philosopher ever advised you to willingly live in a state of siege. You are the commander of your fortress. If someone repeatedly attacks the gates, you don't negotiate. You remove the threat. You leave. Section 3. She is the star of her own tragedy, the eternal victim and the Stoic's accountability. Sign number 3. She is perpetually the victim. In every conflict, in every mistake, in every consequence of her own actions, she is the blameless martyr, and you, my friend, are either the villain or the savior, and both roles are traps. Let's play this out. She's late to an important event because she was disorganized. The consequence is you both miss it. A mature adult says, "I'm so sorry, my bad, I lost track of time." The eternal victim says, "This is because you pressured me to go. If you hadn't been rushing me, I wouldn't have gotten stressed and forgotten my keys." Do you see the alchemy? Leaden responsibility has been turned into the gold of her innocence. She is never at fault. The fault lies with you, with her boss, with her childhood, with the universe. This is anti-Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The eternal victim does the opposite. She believes outside events and other people have total power over her emotions and actions. She is a leaf in the wind, and it's always a foul wind that blows against her. Why is this so corrosive? Because it makes resolution impossible. You can't solve a problem with someone who refuses to acknowledge their part in it. Every attempt to fix things becomes you attacking her. You walk on eggshells, afraid to bring up anything because you'll be painted as the aggressor. This is a theater with one actor, and you're just a prop in her drama. Your role is to absorb blame or provide endless, unearned consolation. A Stoic partner practices ownership. She takes the judgment of events. She may not control the first thing that happens, but she controls her reaction, her next move, her apology. She lives by the principle of virtue. A victim lives by the principle of convenience. You cannot build a life with a ghost, and someone who refuses accountability is a ghost in their own life. Don't chain your solid reality to her phantom. It's time to exit the theater. 4. She treats your time like it's worthless. Sign number 4. She disrespects your time. Of all the things you possess, time is the most non-renewable. It is the currency of your life. The Stoics, like Seneca in On the Shortness of Life, wrote passionately about this. You are living as if destined to live forever. Your own frailty never occurs to you. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. You are spending your time watching others live, neglecting your own life. Now, apply that to her behavior. She is chronically late for your dates. She cancels plans at the last minute for something better that came up. She expects you to wait on standby for her. When you are together, she's glued to her phone. She monopolizes your evenings with dramas that could be solved in minutes, stealing hours of your peace or your progress. Each of these acts is a small message. The message is, my whim is more valuable than the irreversible minutes of your one and only life. She is teaching you to treat your own time with the same contempt she does. I want you to think about this in the most brutal Stoic terms. Your life is a finite resource. You are literally trading pieces of your life, minutes, hours, days, for this relationship. What is the exchange rate? Are you getting back growth, peace, joy, support? Or are you getting back waiting, anxiety, frustration, and wasted potential? A woman who values you values the life you are living. She is punctual because your time together matters. She is present because you matter. She protects your time for your mission because she knows your purpose is part of who you are. When she's late, she is saying your past time, the time you spent waiting, is worthless. When she cancels, she is saying your future time, the plans you made, is disposable. This is not a small thing. This is a profound disrespect for your very existence. Seneca warned we are often frugal with money, but wasteful with time. Don't let her be the person who makes you bankrupt in the only currency that truly matters. If she can't respect the clock, she can't respect you, and it's time to take your time back, permanently. 5. The effort has evaporated. Sign number 5, and perhaps the most quietly devastating. She has simply stopped trying. The Stoics called the pursuit of excellence arete, living in accordance with your highest virtue. In a relationship, this means both partners are actively trying to be better for themselves and for each other. It's a shared journey upward. Remember the beginning? The thoughtful gestures, the interest in your day, the care in her appearance for you, the effort to connect, to understand, to build something. Now contrast that with the present. Has that effort evaporated? Does she take you for granted? Does she assume your presence is a permanent fixture, like a piece of furniture, requiring no maintenance, no appreciation, no active care? This manifests in 100 small deaths. She no longer asks about your work challenges. She stops planning dates. Personal care slips consistently. Conversations are transactional. Bills, chores, logistics. The romance, the curiosity, the active choice to love you is gone. What's left is the inertia of habit. Here's the Stoic insight. Everything in nature that is not growing is dying. There is no stasis. A plant either grows or decays. A muscle either strengthens or atrophies. A relationship is the same. Her lack of effort is not neutral, it is a choice. It is the choice to let the connection decay. She is no longer tending the garden, and she is expecting you to enjoy the weeds. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." A partner who has stopped trying has forgotten this privilege. She is on autopilot, and she is expecting you to be a comfortable passenger on a journey to nowhere. You deserve a co-pilot, someone who wakes up and chooses the relationship, who fuels it with effort just as you do. Stoicism is about taking responsibility for your own virtue. You cannot be responsible for hers. If she has abandoned the pursuit of excellence in your union, you are no longer in a partnership. You are in a holding cell, and you have the key. Use it. Walk away towards a life that is growing, not dying. Let's bring it all together. We've navigated 5 toxic traits through the lens of Stoic wisdom. The reality warper, gaslighter. She attacks your perception, the core of your judgment. Your Stoic duty, cling to your truth. The boundary bulldozer. She treats your self-respect lines as optional. Your Stoic duty, hold the line with courage. The eternal victim. She avoids all accountability, trapping you in her drama. Your Stoic duty, refuse to play a role in a false tragedy. The time thief. She treats your finite life as disposable. Your Stoic duty, guard your time as your most sacred asset. The complacent ghost. She has stopped trying, letting the relationship decay. Your Stoic duty, pursue growth, alone if necessary. Your actionable steps right now. The journal audit. Tonight, take your journal. Write down these 5 signs. Next to each, write one clear, undeniable example from the last month, not your feeling, but the event. Seeing it in your own handwriting separates truth from fog. The premeditation of loss. This is a classic Stoic exercise. Meditate not on losing her, but on reclaiming you. Spend 10 minutes vividly imagining the peace, the free time, the mental clarity, the energy for your mission that would return if this struggle ended. Feel the relief. This isn't wishing, it's clarifying what you are currently sacrificing. It makes the choice for peace conscious, not fearful. This is hard. I know it is. Walking away from familiarity, even painful familiarity, takes a courage that feels superhuman. But that courage is inside you. The Stoics believed that within every man is a spark of the divine, an inner citadel that cannot be breached unless you open the gates yourself. You were not put on this earth to be diminished. You were not given your strengths, your mind, your precious time to be siphoned off by someone who sees them as tools for her own drama or comfort. You are the architect of your life. A builder does not tolerate a partner who steals his tools and weakens his foundation. Your peace is non-negotiable. Your self-respect is non-negotiable. Your time is non-negotiable. Your growth is non-negotiable. If she is an obstacle to these things, your path is clear. It will hurt. But, as the Stoics promised, the pain of disciplined action is far, far less than the pain of lifelong regret. If this video gave you the clarity you needed, the strength to see your situation for what it is, then do this. Subscribe to Stoic Teach Us. Every video here is a tool for your toolkit, a reinforcement for your inner citadel. Comment below, write, "My peace is non-negotiable." Share your experience. This community is here for support. The journey to the man you are meant to be continues, one brave Stoic choice at a time. I believe in you. Now go and build that life.